Welcome to Car Walks, the show where I walk around a neighborhood and look at cars. Will there be some gems or will they all be duds? Today I'm walking around Kerrisdale, north of 41st. Kerrisdale is known for all sorts of different delicious foods, like noodles, and pokeballs, and noodles, and whatever this place is, which I assume is a casino for children. Only it's full of these hot, ripped, blonde guys. I'm giving myself only 30 minutes to complete this walk. New rule, I'm not allowed to film Honda Elements, Pontiac Vibes, or Ford Rangers. Not to say those aren't cool cars. Those are very cool cars. There's just a lot of them because they're cool. Okay, let's look for some cars. So off I went to film people's property they had left out on the street. Toyota Tercel, this is the 4th generation, and what a clean example it is. I mean, talk about everybody's high school car. If you didn't own one of these, you knew somebody who did. I bet this person drove this in high school and was like, wait a second, this is a really good car. Why would I change it out? And they've held on until 2025. Jeep Wrangler Sport Unlimited. Imagine buying a car that said limited and then seeing a car that said unlimited right next to you. You'd be like, aw, dang, I wish I had infinite possibility with my car, only these are called unlimited because they have 4 doors. That's the only reason, as far as I can tell. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Look at this thing. This is pretty cool. It's got a full-size spare on it. Color-matched wheels. I don't always love that. In fact, black and blue, my mom used to say that black and blue, when I dressed like that, I looked like a bruise. So this looks like a bit of a big old bruise. You know, rip the doors off this thing. You know, do whatever you want. Jeeps are kind of cool. I'm not totally attracted to them. It just happens that I see a lot on this car walk, so this won't be the only Jeep. Okay, now we're back into my wheelhouse a little bit. Here we go, Subaru Impreza GC WRX. I'm gonna guess it's the WRX, not the STI, judging by the front bumper, which usually has like big STI light covers and these big round fogs. That looks so sweet, but you know, by the way, when I'm saying STI, I'm not talking about a sexually transmitted infection, okay? Although this one might give you one. Look at those claw marks on the back. Something's been roughing this one up from the ass. Must have been a grizzly bear or Kyle after drinking too many Monster Energy drinks. This thing looks freaking sweet, and I get to say my favorite word, louvres. There's louvres on the hood. I'm saying that wrong. I know I am. Triumph TR6. This one is from the mid-70s. You can tell because it's got the US style front bumper that is like over-designed. Look at those big old triangles, safety knobs on the front, but man, look at the fitment of the wheels in there. I love these cars. They look so cool. Every time you see a smaller sports car now, it's a treat because everything has gotten so big, and these are really fitting that bill. It's got a roll bar on it that's all soft, I guess, in case you knock your head. Does that come off? I don't know. But yeah, the profile of this thing is so nice, and I love that rear rack. It's actually useful. Oh boy, I don't know. I can't imagine topping this car on this car walk. This was a real gem, and I was super happy to find it. Are you watching this and know the owner of this beautiful Triumph? Then put me in touch. I would love to interview them and ask them some questions about this beautiful TR6. Chevy Express from the 2010s. Honestly, I'm a sucker for anything that's been totally blacked out. Look at those wheels. Look at the windows. I assume someone is maybe living in here. Also, I don't know how to explain it, but I really like these headlight swaps to these LED bulbs. I just think it makes vans look cool, but sort of only on vans. I think it only works on vans and maybe a Jeep Grand Cherokee or something like that, but looking good. Cool blacked out Chevy Express. 3rd gen Ford Focus. You know, this is probably 2015-ish. I'm filming this, I don't know why. It's not an RS. I should really just save this time for an RS, but there's something that drew me to it. You know, it looked like it's lived a hard life. It's been driven. It's not being driven anymore, and I've always liked the shape of these. I think they look really nice. They look fast, and they're a hatch. They're kind of like the STI Impreza that I had in my last video. You should watch that as well. I'll link it after this is done. And yeah, I don't know. dirty cars. There's something about them. There's a story to tell here with this Ford Focus, so I hope it finds new life soon. Can you believe it took me until the second episode to film a Toyota Tacoma? They're only everywhere. That's why I was like, I gotta wait till I see one that's like a really clean, cool example, and this one was it. This is a second gen, and I really strongly feel that this is the best looking Tacoma. It is. It sort of like straddled that line between old school sort of smoothness, big headlights, and then new school aggressive lines. After this, the headlights got too small in my opinion. It got too much grille. This is the perfect Tacoma. This is the Tacoma I want. Can I afford it? Hell no, but it looks friggin' cool. Ooh, we got a little hidden away Ford Bronco here trying to take a nap under a little blanket, but it's showing a bit of leg. Look at this thing. Oh, this is probably from the 70s. It's the convertible. These cars are so hot. Let's be honest, these are hot cars. Not hot girl cars, not just hot cars. Like, that's what we're talking about here. This thing is looking clean. Look at that suspension. There's people out there who do a really good job with these Broncos, and you look at photos of them and you're just like, it just makes your loins hurt. Do you know what I mean? Is anyone else like that? This Bronco, I wish I could see it out there. Hey, once again, if you know who owns this Bronco, or if you own one like this in Vancouver, please reach out. Let's go for a little ride with the top down. What do you say? What do you say? What do I offer to that? I offer you a video, but you offer me a fun time in the Bronco. Please, I'm begging you. It's like a micro machine. That's what the body is like. How micro machines had like these huge wheels and these little stout bodies? That's a micro machine right there. Let me drive in that Bronco. I promised it and I delivered. This is another Jeep Wrangler, only this one is not unlimited because it's got 2 doors. They've taken the rear wheel off the back, the spare. I don't know where they're keeping it. Maybe they're just like, these tires don't get flat, so I'm not worried about it. They replace it with some sort of Captain America star. I don't love Jeeps, but this thing, when they're 2 doors and they're really boxy like this, I'm into it. Front bumper looks like the bow of a ship, like it would just sort of like cut through anything. It's essentially holding a big middle finger up at the front of your car, just being like, hey, get out of my way. Only you're going pretty slow because you're in a Jeep on the highway. Okay, Kerrisdale, I wasn't expecting this out of you. I'm going to attempt to say what this is based off all the writing that's on this truck. So this is a Ford F-350 Platinum Super Duty 5.7 liter Power Stroke Tremor. It's just an absolute unit of a truck. I think it's brand new. I think this is like a 2025. This person must have dropped like 200K on this big beast. It's got the tonneau cover. It's got the big rack with the lights. This is like Marty McFly if he became Biff and decided, I don't want that little Toyota anymore. I want a Ford F-350 Power Stroke. He's even got ditch lights off the front. This thing is supposed to go off-road. Has he taken it yet? I'm assuming it's a guy. I hate to do that, but this is such a dude truck. Like, come on. This dude is duding. He's duding. And yet another truck. This has turned into the Truck and Jeep episode. Here we have a brand spanking new Nissan Pro 4X Frontier. Got those Pro wheels on it. I'm not sure how I feel about those, but I guess they protect the brakes from rocks and stuff. I don't know. The design just feels a little clamored together, a little like stuck on. The rear 3/4 view is okay, but it looks like any other truck, so I don't know. Would I take one? Yeah, I would drive one of these, but do I want one? Also, black and blue, that's what you chose? Maybe if you want to look like a bruise. Just had to film this quickly. Tundra with little wheels. Oh, look at the cutest little military truck you ever did see. Is this really part of the military? No, I don't think so. This thing was painted to look this way, and it looks friggin' great. Look at those front cut bumpers, giving it a little bit of an off-road vibe. These little wheels and tires. So cute. You wouldn't want to go above 60 kilometers an hour in those, though. That would make a whole bunch of noise. This is like a golf cart sized truck. I'm into it. A cool thing about this truck is those side panels at the rear. They actually unfold down, so the rear bed is really enormous when you think about it. And yeah, sure, they're not powerful and they're not fast, but man, do they make a statement, and this caught my eye from a mile away, or a kilometer if you're in Canada. Just an absolutely sweet, clean little example. You can get people who are importing these and setting them all up like this guy did, and I love it. Extra points for the sprayed bed liner in the back and the bungeed in bin to keep essentials that can stay outside and I guess be stolen. It's funny that the two favorite cars for me in this video were the smallest ones, the Triumph TR6 and this Mitsubishi Minicab, so I don't know, are we looking at smaller cars now? What do we think of the Slate electric truck that's coming out at the posting of this video? And finally, a little nightcap. This is a Ferrari Roma. This is from the late 2020s. I'd never seen one in white and I love it in white. This is a piece of art. This is a design that is very graceful from Ferrari. It's not in your face, it's not too ridiculous, it's just interesting. So really cool car. This has over 600 horsepower. I think this is meant to be more of like a runabout Ferrari, as ridiculous as that sounds. But this thing is really beautiful, so thank you to whoever parked your beautiful, expensive friggin' Ferrari on the street just on 41st. And that concludes walking around Kerrisdale. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked what you saw today, you should subscribe, because I'm gonna have a whole bunch more coming out, as well as check out my other Kerrisdale car walk, which involved a bunch of cars that were south of 41st. Do you have a neighborhood that you think I should walk around in Vancouver? Then let me know in the comments below. Bye for now.